Hello, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self realization and self mastery. Today is December the 11th, and yeah, we're getting close to the end of this calendar year. We're in the time of Sagittarius and coming upon the winter solstice. We're coming upon the season of Capricorn where we're going to be, now that I think about it, Capricorn is really a time to see, did you do what the hell you were supposed to do? Because Capricorn is like, you know what? It's payments. You'll be paid for what you did. You did a little, you're going to get paid a little. You did a lot, you're going to get paid a lot. You didn't do anything, you're not going to get paid. You'll be repaid for anything that you did that needs repayment, be it good or bad. So I guess to a certain degree, it is a good time to begin to look at, what do we want to achieve the next year. Um, but I just wanted to get on for a few minutes and actually just sort of vent for myself. It's just been rough. Scorpio ended on a bang. And I just feel like, well, we still have Venus. I think even Mercury is still in uh, Scorpio today. And so the Scorpio's energy is not over. Scorpio is still, lit up. Jupiter left and went into Sagittarius, but the energy, it's not just like on that day. There's a frame, a time period that energy is in effect. It's like time release. And so I can't remember if I said this in another recording, but there was a tornado that came here on November the 4th, I think it was. And it just so happened the one person who died in that tornado I know. I rarely know anybody that makes it on the news for that. The one person that died in that tornado in my area, I knew this woman personally, and she left two teenagers and a husband. Um, I teach Zumba, and a trainer, her son was in a car with the young man. These are all teenagers who meant harm to her son and two other kids in the car. This boy crashed his car in some kind of way. He got out and walked away, but her son was the only one who died. The one on his side of the car, I'm assuming, ended up with several broken bones and stuff like that. And the other one who was behind the driver walked away, fine. But I was just like not expecting it. You know how you might think, why would something like this happen to somebody who's so good? Um, my sister-in-law had a stroke. Thank God she can walk and talk and all that kind of good stuff. But it was like for real, for real. She's been in the hospital for a few days. If look, thank goodness for Jupiter, or as my astrologist said, when Jupiter is somewhere in the mix, even if it seems like it's bad, it's not as bad as it could have been. So, I give thanks for that. But my sister-in-law is young. Nobody was expecting this, and it's scary. I've seen so many people recover from a heart attack, but stroke is scary to me. But I've heard a lot of people, they make a comeback from that too. Um, I think that what takes the cake for me is a woman who I did childbirth education classes for her and her husband. She comes to my Zumba class. I know this lady well, and she's like a little sister to me. And we were all so excited in Zumba when she came, and we're like, "Oh, you're expecting again." And I got a call the other day that she lost her baby at 7 months old, and yeah, 7 months pregnant, 7 months pregnant, not 7 months old, because that would be to a certain degree even worse to me. I don't know what's worse, to be honest with you. Anyway, it's probably been some other stuff, but those are the ones that sort of like really just did something to my spirit. And it's given me a lot to think about. Like, you know, one of the things the mom is saying who lost the 17-year-old son, you know, this woman is all about being thankful. And that's something that I said, you know, I really need to do. I need to do more gratitude journaling. I need to take more time in my day to be grateful for every second that I get, even if it seems like it's a moment that sucks, you know? And this little baby who decided, or this was the baby's destiny, you know? I just say some babies come for womb experience. That's all they're here for. And that will be my assumption with this little baby who I actually got to see the baby. The baby's body was still in the room with the parents when I dropped by the visit. And so they, you know, allowed me to see the baby and to touch the baby or whatever. And, you know, this baby looks so perfect and so beautiful. But to really think about our understanding of death. Scorpio is like really blowing my mind. You know, it's one thing when we think about, oh, I need to change, I need to make some changes. But when it's like some of these ultimate changes that are happening, when it's some serious changes that's happening, it's scary to me. It's very, very scary. It's scary in the sense that I'm like, I must not be on my game. Because guess what? These are the kinds of things that happen in life. And who knows why. One of the things I thought about with the little one, his name is, well, I don't want to say his name because I don't like revealing people's stuff. If y'all know her, then, which you don't, trust me. But anyway, this little baby, I thought to myself, this has touched so many people because this couple is one of the sweetest couples you could ever meet. I was telling a young lady who I had called to talk to about her experience going through the same thing. And I was telling her, I was like, this lady is like the one who will go stand with Black Lives Matter, lay down in the middle of the street. She will put her life on the line for undocumented who are basically in slavery over here. Her husband is doing the exact same work. I mean, this is what he does day by day. And it is such a beautiful couple, such a beautiful couple. And the love in the community that this little baby has brought together through death, you know. And the other thing I was telling somebody the other day about is, it's weird to me that to see this little baby who really looked freaking perfect. I was like, really? I'm gonna be honest with you. Of course, I've been to funerals, but to see a body, you know, with no spirit in it, like that, you know, to touch the baby's body was purely cold or whatever. But the baby was so still soft and everything. It was beautiful. Just like the day that I watched my mother breathe her last breath, I thought I would be laid out on the floor and all that kind of good stuff, but it showed me the beauty of death. You know, this ultimate liberation that people experience. And so this is a reminder for me that I need to be on my game regarding death. This culture does not do a good job of really helping us to, you know, cope with it, as well as to embrace that this is a part of life. And one of the things the mom said before she left, and even the mom who lost a teenager, the mom that lost the teenager said the teenager came to her in a dream and said that he was okay. And then with the little baby, the mom said, I don't feel like my baby's gone. I feel like my baby's still here. She could feel the baby spirit. And to both of them, I said, you are correct. You are correct. That was something major that I learned um, as I was really trying to grasp how do I stay connected to my mother when my mother passed. And I began to realize, seriously, my mother is still surrounding me. I always believed my grandmother died before her, my father's mother. I always believed my grandma was my guardian angel. And this is before I knew anything about EFI. And so, once my mother died, that was way more traumatic in my spirit. And I have come to accept, y'all know, I honor the ancestors, with my mother being one of my primary ancestors. And, even now, there are things that I do to connect myself to my mother. At 48, I still some days feel like I so wish I could get a hug from my mother, you know? But it's so important for us to make sure that we can set up ourselves to really know that the non-physical realm and the physical realm are one and the same. They're one and the same. So, though we will have to say goodbye to our loved ones, and I'm not saying that I have this thing perfect, because I dread my father-in-law dying, my father dying. If I hear somebody's brother or sister died, I dread thinking I'm going to lose my siblings. Last year, several women lost husbands. I knew about 4 or 5 women who lost their husbands last year. And it just made me just like, I just don't want to deal with it. But I do accept and embrace that I apparently need to get more reconnected with the energy of death, and understanding that when people pass, they change form. They are not gone. This place of peace that I've gotten with my mother being on the other side, which thank God it's been 21 years. I'm so grateful I have some peace about it. I should know that this applies to everything. Even though there is the adjustment period that we have to go through when we lose a loved one, because they feel a space in our lives. This is a baby that was in utero for 7 months, and then this is a mother who had a 17-year-old, a husband or a father and sisters. This boy was the only one in the family. It's 4 kids, 1 boy. Talk about filling a huge space. He was really tall too. He played sports, and it sounded like he was like an amazing young man. So yeah, they've got to get used to the space that he feels. They've got to adjust to him not being here, and that's hard. But what would it look like in a society if, as soon as someone's beloved transitioned, we set up an altar in their home? We help them set up an altar. We show them how to set up an altar in their home so that they can be connected. Or if they already have the altar, now this one goes on. Let's work on some rituals to connect you to your loved one, Yeah, the mother's going to have to get herself completely adjusted to the fact that she is not ending her pregnancy with a baby in her arms. Not a live baby, because I'm assuming she held this, her baby's body or whatever. Yeah, she's going to have to adjust. And I talked to her about me working with her some to do some rituals and different things like that. I'm absolutely going to offer to her to set up a small altar, because the thing I'll say about her baby is this baby's energy has got to be big, because I'm telling you, the outpouring. I mean, of course, the outpouring has to do with the baby's parents, but this happened for a reason. My thing is, if I'm going to be given lemons, they're going to be turned into lemonade. I cannot let this little baby's life be in vain. This woman's son's life cannot be in vain, and so maybe all of this, the mother, my friend who died, 42, in a tornado, husband and children made it out. Her life cannot be in vain. So, maybe for me, for all of this to happen, if it was just one thing, I don't know if it would have the effect that it's having on me right now. You know, my family, we show love for one another. It's not like, you know, we typically argue, because that we don't. The outpouring to my brother, because it's my, you know, my brother's wife, regarding his wife, I'm sure he is feeling like so loved by his family. You know, we cannot just say, oh, well, she had something, we're praying that it's going to be okay, then she okay. No, this thing is far reaching. All of this is it can be a lesson. And at the very least, it has touched me. And Oya, I see you have chimed in too. What an appropriate name for a commenter today, Oya. Cause oh my God, oh Oya, Scorpio and Oya, to me they are the same. Oh, transformation, transformation, transformation. Thank goodness we're now in Jupiter in Sagittarius. And so basically with that one, it's not necessarily going to be like all rosy. But if we go on ahead and open ourselves to the opportunities that present themselves, if we go on ahead and do the work that we're supposed to do, the abundance will be great. You know, and maybe for some, it's manifesting something tangible. Maybe for others, it's deepening your spirituality. Still, for some others, it may be receiving a healing of some kind. Okay, so, but it still is an opportunity. That's what I love about Sagittarius. Sagittarius is showing us, especially Jupiter in Sagittarius, is showing us the opportunities that lie before us. And may Scorpio remind us, every day is not promised. Why are we sleeping on our destinies? Why are we waiting to get up out of this mediocrity? Because tomorrow is not promised. All we have is right now. Are you maximizing? Am I maximizing this now moment as I go forth into the land of opportunity? Whether I see it as the land of opportunity or not, we can talk about the oppression of the world, or we can tap into the greater prosperity and abundance in our destinies that lie within us, that nobody but us can stop. So we give thanks to you, Scorpio, although I know you're in effect 12 years, Jupiter out of Scorpio just means we laid the groundwork for the next 12 years. You're going to go live that thing out. Okay? We give thanks to you, Scorpio, for the reminder that we better take things seriously. We better not take things for granted. And that, you know, now is the only moment that we have. We need to go tell somebody we love them. We need to go apologize to somebody. We need to apologize to ourselves for letting ourselves down, because the world teaches us to let ourselves down. Someone convinced us that we aren't good enough, aren't worthy enough. We need to ask for forgiveness from ourselves for not doing what we do to the best of our ability. And we need to make a commitment that we are the opportunity, and that we will tap into the opportunity that is our lives. Thank you for Sagittarius. Thank God for Sagittarius after Scorpio. Wherever it's rough, is what we say, those of us raised up Christian, weeping may endure for a night, but joy come in the morning. All right? So joy is here. Even after the weeping that we did last night. But that weeping, we give thanks for it too. So this is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, thanking you for tuning in to this video, and just sending you so much love and hugs and gratitude and just knowing that you are the bright and shining star. And I am so happy that you are. Please like the video, please share the video, and go to my website, goddessbodymindspirit.com, to look for any readings. I do spiritual readings. If you would like a reading, please go there, and I would be more than happy to divine for you. Love y'all. Peace.